Welcome to this ROV Insight. Today, Stephen and I continue with our four-part series of assessing 4 dimensions of a complete and effective meditation practice. So we've talked about the foundation of your practice in grounded presence and physical vitality. We've talked about the heart of your practice and open-hearted awareness. And today we ask 5 questions related to the mind of your practice and the mind center in meditation. So we're going to ask you these 5 questions, and if you will take out a pen and paper, something to just write your scores for each response, and then we'll ask you to add them up. And Stephen's going to comment on different ranges of scores and what you might do to work on the mind aspect of your meditation practice. So for the following, and give yourself a 0 for never, a 1 for sometimes, and a 2 for usually, if that defines you in a habitual way. So here's questions for the mind of your meditation practice. Number 1, I find it difficult to step outside myself and view things objectively. I find it difficult to step outside myself and view things objectively. So 0, never, 1, sometimes, or 2, usually. Question 2, I have a hard time concentrating. 0, never, 1, sometimes, 2, usually. Question 3, details often overwhelm me. Details often overwhelm me. 0, never, 1, sometimes, or 2, usually. Question 4, it's challenging for me to plan and stay organized. It's challenging for me to plan and stay organized. 0, never, 1, sometimes, 2, usually. And finally, question 5, I get lost in what I am thinking and tend to ruminate on thoughts. So I get lost in what I am thinking and tend to ruminate on thoughts. 0, never. 1. So just take a moment and add up your score to those 5 questions. And now Stephen's going to talk about how you can work with the mind in your meditation practice. And Stephen, I will pass it over to you.
Kevin, thank you. Thank you. So yes, when we're talking about the responses for the mind center, especially listening to that silence in the center of the brain and tuning into focus and concentration and clarity, if you've scored 0 to 3, then you appear to have a very strong sense of mental vitality. So well done. Keep up these good practices of observing your thoughts and choosing which ones to focus on. So a very traditional practice you can do is noting, and you can do this right now in a very simple way. When you relax and bring your attention to what's present in the way of thoughts or feelings or perceptions in your brain, note what's present. So if you're concentrating on me or on my voice, then you'll note listening. But if your mind is distracted and thinking about the coffee that you're going to get, then you'll just note coffee or distracted or future or past or some other label that helps you to identify exactly where your thoughts are. So observing your thoughts and choosing which ones to focus on is a very important part of mindful practice and mindful self-discipline. We start to work with our thoughts and create intentions around what we want. So we continue to grow our mental skills of self-observation, concentration, and clarity through regular meditation practice. So if you're doing that already, you've probably already got a practice that you do, for example, in the morning and evening as part of your daily routine. So keep doing that. And as you do, remember to bring to mind the goals that you have for your meditation. We advise people to note the states and note the cues that relate to those states and note any insights that occur during meditation practice. So a reflection on your meditation practice, which allows you to develop insight and then apply that into your day and to your next meditation practice, is really important. Kevin and I often talk about conscious check-ins. So resolving and setting an intention for your day and checking in regularly is all part of mental clarity and observation and reflection. Now, if you've scored between 4 to 7 points, while you appear to have some issues with mental vitality, these don't really seem to be overwhelming or bothering you greatly. So focus again on observing your thoughts and choosing which ones that you give energy to. So this is really crucial to do throughout your day, because one of the opportunities we have with our willpower and our intention is to actually make a habit of pausing before any decision, pausing during our day to consciously check in with where we are, becoming aware of our decisions, our thoughts, and our habits. So this is very, very useful. You pause. Kevin and I have often spoken about taking one conscious breath, breathing in all the way, being aware of the inhalation, and then all the way out on the exhalation, being aware, and then making the decision or doing whatever it is that you do throughout your day. So you start to bring your power of will and focus and clarity into your daily life. So pausing and consciously checking in is a very powerful practice you can do to continually grow your mental skills of self-observation, concentration, and clarity through regular meditation practice and through the conscious check-ins that you make throughout your day. Now, if you've scored 8 to 10 points, then it appears that mental clarity is an important focal point for your inner work. So see if it's possible to take a little bit more time out to observe your thoughts, to pause, to reflect, to let go of thoughts that no longer serve you. This then becomes really important for our discipline, our self-awareness, our self-observation, is that you start to discern and make choices that you no longer need to do or need to focus on or need to allow thoughts that no longer serve you. So you do have a choice. And then you focus on those that are helpful in a much more powerful way. And a regular meditation practice will really help you grow your mental skills of self-observation, concentration, and clarity. So particularly at the end of the day, you might take to journaling, to writing, to noting down any insights that you get during your day from these practices. So this only takes a couple of minutes, and it helps us to really develop gratitude and awareness and the deep practice of reflection on our intention. So Kevin and I often encourage you to make an intention at the beginning of the day and reflect on it at the end of the day, both as part of your meditation practice and as part of daily life. So these don't take much time, but they will richly reward you in terms of clarity and focus and observation and awake awareness. So they really help you to open up to more time, more energy, and they help you to really open up towards an awakened self. So these practices really assist the mind, really assist the awakened mind, and clarity, concentration, and really deep self-awareness and observation of the mind, thoughts, your feelings and perceptions. So Kevin, back to you.
Again, I need to unmute. So thank you for those practices, Stephen. And just to wrap up this insight today, today I just uploaded your Awakening into Awareness Through Thoughts meditation onto our ROV meditation app. And the one phrase in there that really pops out is this: you are not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. When we really awaken to that and awaken to this wider awareness that is able to observe the thoughts as you were describing and choose the thoughts, that insight that you are not your thoughts is tremendously liberating. So thank you, Stephen, for this discussion, and thank you all for tuning in, and thank you for your practice.